Next generation consoles are finally here, so I guess that makes them current gen now, huh? I didn't really think this through. Now I have to wait another 7 years for true next gen? Will this ever end?
Seriously though, I was lucky enough to snag a PS5 from Walmart, which is proof that I'm a robot for everybody wondering. I've been enjoying myself with Spider-Man Remastered, Bugsnax, and the PS Plus collection, which is helpful for catching up on some games I missed. But I'll save PlayStation Plus for a future upgrading video. Today, let's just focus on the console itself and the new features it brings to the table, and see if Sony brings any of my suggestions via a future update. Let's go! Wait, wrong company. I've been doing so much Nintendo stuff lately that I forgot. What's the Sony equivalent? I can't think of anything. Let's just end the intro with Astrobot. Nobody should have a problem with that, right? Dislike, unsubscribe, and welcome to VG Chat. Let's start by talking about a couple of notable features the PS5 is missing that are almost a given for consoles and electronics these days. There's no web browser unless you count the secret one that was already patched out, and also no support for Bluetooth headphones. I'm not too affected by either of these because I'm not going to browse the web on my game console, and wired headphones are something I'm fine with, but I know for a lot of people these are important features. I also know that they could easily be added via a system update. The PS5 supports Bluetooth, I mean that's what the DualSense uses to connect. They couldn't have added some headphone support as well, and the web browser could simply be a free app downloadable from the store. And I can think of a potential use for me with a web browser, at least as soon as I get a 4K screen, because that might be the only way I could watch 4K videos. I honestly don't know if my current computer supports it, and it might be a while until I can upgrade, so yeah, that would be a handy feature to have. As is the case with any new generation of consoles, graphical capability is heavily pushed and advertised, and I think this will finally be the generation when we see true photorealism in certain games. Faces are already super pretty during cutscenes, better than they ever have been before, and for more cartoony games, we might be playing in an animated movie before long. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Astro's Playroom look fantastic. Clearly, this console's power is on display.
Well, on all displays except for ones with a 1440p resolution.
I've heard a lot of complaints that the PS5 doesn't support this. Currently, I've only got a 1080p monitor and I'm hoping to upgrade soon, but there's no denying the amount of people with 1440p screens that want support from Sony. But why is this a problem, you might ask? Can't they just use 4K and downscale the picture? Well, some people can, but not everybody. For many of these monitors, the PlayStation will simply downscale to 1080p instead of downscaling to 1440p, thereby nullifying the extra resolution boost the screen offers.
And, the Xbox Series X supports 1440p, so it's clearly better. Console war's over. Problem solved.
There's another feature the new Xbox has that the PS5 doesn't: variable refresh rate. This can help the frame rate stay smooth even if the console is undergoing a lot of computing stress, and because I have ancient technology, my monitor doesn't support this either.
But other people's can.
Support for 1440p resolution and variable refresh rates are a must in this new console generation, so let's hope Sony tackles these issues sooner rather than later. Many would take this opportunity to complain about the amount of storage this system has, because it's less than my PS4 Slim. I couldn't fit everything from there.
But to be fair, I didn't need to. I hate this game and I don't want it on my PS5.
So I deleted a fair few games to make room for new ones, and installing the PS5 version of Miles Morales saved me some space, so I won't complain too much about the system storage space, especially as someone who tries to get games on disc, although I'm sure everyone who bought the digital version is having quite the time of it right now. But here's the kicker. There's no way to expand your storage space, at least not for PS5 games. You can offload PS4 games to an external hard drive, but not PS5 games. So here's an example of just how ridiculous this is. Between just 4 launch games, Sackboy, Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, Demon's Souls, and Call of Duty, half of your PS5 storage space will be gone. And it's not like most people have an external hard drive lying around for all their PS4 games or the PS Plus collection, some of which, like Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy, are really big, by the way. So far I've been managing fine, but sooner or later I'm going to run out of space and get very frustrated. Let's hope they release some expandable NVMe drives soon, shall we? This complaint is bound to raise some hands, or eyebrows, or hackles, but the PS5 is just too big. It's the biggest console of all time, it's absolutely massive, and there's no way to really understand until you see it in person. Here's another thing that wasn't actually a problem for me. I just kinda have all these consoles lying on my desk, but my heart goes out to all those people for whom it was too big to fit in their entertainment center.
Feel free to get mad at me in the comments for this one, because it clearly needs to be this big, but I bet for a bunch of people, the PS5 Slim can't come soon enough.
Look, I get why cross-gen is such a big deal for Sony. Over 100 million people have a PS4. That's an insane number. They don't just want to abandon all those paying customers, people, but this console launch for both Sony and Microsoft had the fewest exclusives out of any ever for them. Xbox had 0, which by the way is basically why I don't use Xbox, but Sony disappointed me. To some people, they had 2 launch exclusives. To a critic like me, they had half an exclusive. Let me explain. While a bunch of games got PS5 upgrades, they are without a doubt not new games. I played both Spider-Man games on PS4 and PS5, and let me tell you, it's the same game regardless of the console you play on. The graphical upgrade is nice, there are increased load times, but nothing about the gameplay or features is different. The DualSense wasn't even heavily utilized, something that disappointed me. So, what does that leave us with? Demon's Souls, a remake of a 10-year-old game, and Astro's Playroom, a 3-hour tech demo. From what I've heard, Demon's Souls really stands on the line between remaster and remake, and it's by and large not a new game. That leaves my favorite PS5 game to date, Astro's Playroom, and while it's a great experience to show off the new controller, it's nowhere close to a full game. If you want to grind for all the collectibles, you might get 10 hours or so out of it, but that's not my style. What Sony really needs for the PS5 is a big system-selling exclusive that utilizes all its features. So far, it's looking like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is going to be that game, but that's scheduled for next year. Destruction All-Stars is also on the horizon, but that's also next year. I am excited to try it out on PS Plus though. But we were just on the topic of Astro's Playroom. It may be a short little game, but that doesn't mean I can't upgrade it. Astrobot, here I come. Can you believe that this is technically Astro's 4th game? I know, crazy, right? First they had the Playroom, and then Playroom VR, and then there was Astrobot Rescue Mission, and now we have Astro's Playroom. This little guy is shaping up to be the PlayStation mascot, and I can't say I'm unhappy about it. He's cute. I really did like the game, and I'm not going to complain about its length at all here. 4 worlds, 16 levels, a final boss, and a time trials mode. There's a surprising amount of content here. Let's start with the speedrun mode. As someone who really enjoyed the Ninja speedruns from Mario Maker 2, the speedrun mode in this game is fantastic. I liked it enough to try to get on the world leaderboards for everything, and while I couldn't manage it for many of the vehicles, I did for all the normal Astro runs. There are a couple features I'd really like though. First of all, ghosts. They're kind of a mainstay now. Games have been utilizing ghosts for time trial modes ever since Mario Kart 64, and I'd love the option here. Racing against your own best time and the world leader would be great. Another cool addition would be a timer in the corner. I must have made a ton of runs that wasted my time because I couldn't see how well I was doing. Both of these would be great and add new life to the already excellent speedrun mode. Our little Astrobot already has tons of charm and personality between his little dances and even singing in the theme song. But given all the references to important PlayStation characters throughout the game, I think it's a shame that there aren't unlockable costumes. There are references to Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, Tearaway, Medieval, Infamous, Ratchet & Clank, Devil May Cry, Little Big Planet, God of War, and many other big games. I think it would be great if we could find or unlock these costumes somehow, maybe buy them with coins, which already have limited usage. Honestly, I think that's it for Astro's Playroom. If I'm not treating it as a full game, there's hardly anything to complain about. It's absolutely incredible, and I implore you to at least give it a chance whenever you get a PS5. And as for the PS5 itself, well, many of the things I mentioned don't affect me personally, but I can't speak for everybody. I don't think they're deal breakers, and some of these features will definitely come in the future, so if you have the money, I recommend getting one, if you can even manage to, given the current stock situation. I'm looking forward to what this new generation brings.
Hey, I'm trying out something new that is not in any way called reverse psychology.
If you liked the video, remember to leave a dislike, and did you know that you could turn that gray button red for free? I know, it's crazy. Netflix and Disney Plus will make it a hassle to unsubscribe, but for me, it's so easy. Go on, do it. I dare you.
I hope that you hated this video and to never see you again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to Platinum Bugsnax, Game of the Year 2020.